Welcome everybody to the Single and Stilettos Show. I'm Suzanne Oshima and I'm a matchmaker and dating coach at Dream Bachelor and Bachelorette, and I'm also the founder of Single and Stilettos. Today we have on our show Cyndi Olin, and she's a relationship strategist and coach at Create Your Own Luck and Love. And I'm so excited to have her here today because we're talking about what attracts a man. But before we jump into it, Cyndi, I would love for you to tell our audience a little bit about you and how you became a relationship strategist and coach.
Hi, and thank you so much, Suzanne, for having me. I love what you're doing and helping all these great women in the world. And, I do what I do because I teach what I need the most. I mean, I used to wear man repellent. I used to really be screwed up in this area of my life. I didn't understand it. But what I did realize is that the only common denominator in relationships was me. So what I did was I started doing research and I read dozens of books, hired top mentors in my field, and I just dug deep. And so I've always been fascinated with love. I was a high-end matchmaker and inspired to become a love strategist because I found that people did the same thing as me. They sabotaged their love life. So I found myself coaching people. And what I realized is that there is, you can create your own luck and love. Luck is really not needed. However, learning how to show up as your best self is the key to really having these great connected relationships.
Awesome. Well, let's jump into this. So, what does attract a man? Tell us the first thing that a man is attracted to.
Well, a man is, men are visual. They're definitely attracted to women physically, but physically that comes from also the essence of herself. She's happy, she's laughing, he's attracted to her energy, if that's helpful to you. But bottom line, they're attracted physically. And if, you're in a place where you don't feel like, you feel like you want to lose a little bit of weight, or if you're, whatever, it's just continue working towards that goal. Eat healthy, drink lots of water, but continue to date, because believe me, the man that likes you now will love you even more, in 10, 15, 20 pounds, whatever.
It's true. Just what I always tell women is just be the best version of yourself. And you're never going to be perfect, so quit waiting to be perfect to date, because if you just feel confident in your own skin, that's infinitely more attractive to a man than a woman who's insecure about everything and how she looks. So
yeah.
Okay, so what's the second thing that attracts a man?
Happiness. Men love a happy woman. And I know this sounds so simple, but really just, when you are going out on a first date with them or you meet them wherever, you are happy. You are positive. You're not complaining about what your friend Susie Q did to you on the phone. Like, I'm serious. It's just, you're not in a space of being negative. It's kind of like, you're not gossiping. You're not, you're not bitching. You're not, doing these things. Men love a happy woman. And I know it's simple, but he will feel like, I can make her even happier.
Yep.
By, but she's already happy.
Yeah.
So how cool is that?
I know, and I just want to add to that, because Cyndi, you made a good point. It is very simple, and it sounds so obvious, but I can't tell you how many women aren't happy. And also, women need to realize, and I don't think they realize this, men are actually very simple. It's women that are complicated. We're very complicated.
Yeah. If somebody looks at us the wrong way, we might try to take that personally. And No, I would just really recommend doing some personal work about that, not worrying about that piece.
Hmm.
But, you know, he's simply, if you are smiling when you talk to him on the phone, that guy is going to be like, wow, what's she having? I want some. It's, and really just, and men also want a bit of a challenge. So, and because they're hunters by nature, not
Hmm.
that you're playing games, but when he calls you, you talk to him, you spend no longer than 10 minutes on that call with him, and you have to get off the phone first. And it creates like, huh? What? Woo, where'd she go? I want more of that. And she's happy.
Well, that's true, and that is especially true. Like when women tell me that they meet a man on an online dating site, and they'll have that first conversation before they meet. And whenever a woman tells me, "Oh, I talked to him for hours," I'm like, "That's a big mistake." It's like Cindy
Yeah.
said, you want to create that. You just want to figure out if you want to meet him in person. You don't need to give everything up front on the phone call. It could be where you meet him and you give him more. And he
Yeah,
wants more.
so what happens is if you talk to him for hours or an hour on the first phone call, that's a date. It's a date to him.
Yeah.
And he's not as inclined to ask you out on a date because he's all full.
Yeah.
It's like if you have too much ice cream, do you think you're going to want to have another bowl of ice cream? You're all full. And I know it sounds really simple and you're like, gosh, the conversation flowed so great. But
Yeah.
if he doesn't ask you out, you're shooting yourself in the foot because this could have been a good connection.
Yeah.
And he's just not that curious anymore. So there's that piece. The third one is authenticity.
Mm-hmm.
So, you're just be who, what is that Dr. Seuss saying? Be who you are, who I can't even say it, but it's like,
You have a child. You should know this by heart.
we're not quite at Dr. Seuss yet. Be who you are, who you're going to be. But, if you know what I'm talking about, the right people will be attracted to that. So, you know, your best version of your authentic self. So, just knowing who you are, knowing what your values are, and knowing what you offer in a relationship and what you desire in a relationship, and being really grounded within that, that attracts men, the right man, like crazy. Plus, you can always go out with somebody and go, oh yeah, he doesn't, his value system, and you will probably not know this until you go out with him. We're not in alignment. He
Yeah.
believes in, he's not looking for a monogamous relationship. He's actually just looking to date.
Yeah.
So that's out of alignment with what you want next.
Exactly.
And I don't care how cute he is, you can't change his mind. So being authentic and really just, but that also goes deeper. And if you're dating online, to have a profile that's very specific to what it is you want and what kind of man that you want to bring in,
Yeah.
and not being afraid to say, I am looking for my epic love that will create a long-term monogamous marriage and family someday. You can use that if you want. It's, what that, it, excuse me, it weeds out the people that aren't interested in what you're interested in.
That's true.
So,
And it's Cindy. I know you can't remember that Dr. Seuss quote, but I have a great quote that actually goes in line with this, and it's one of my favorite quotes, and it's by Oscar Wilde, and it's "Be yourself, everyone else is taken."
yeah.
Isn't that a great quote? I love that
It's
quote.
I love that quote. I've heard that one before. It's much simpler than the Dr. Seuss one, but and I'll find it and I'll be like, "Oh, this is the one." Anyway, it's just, it's like there are, you know, there are a lot of coaches out there, and there are people that can help you see your blind spots in this area to really help you create the essence and the type of partnership that you really desire.
Exactly. Well, these have been some great tips. So, Cyndi, tell our audience about your free gift.
So my free gift is, if you're looking to meet your soulmate, you're in luck, because I have a ebook that will guide you into how to meet your soulmate in 30 days or less. And it is phenomenal. It works. So if you follow that guide, you will be attracting your soulmate or several of them. And I also do a series on how to attract and marry your man. And it is an interview series that's really a guidebook from how to remove blocks that you may not know are blocking you from really creating the type of relationship that you desire, to how to attract the kind of man you're seeking, get into that long-term love relationship. So there's a ton of support around this. You can also sign up for that series as well. It's free.
Awesome. Well, everybody, just click on the links below the video. And if you're listening to the podcast, just go to singleandstilettos.com and look for Cyndi's interview under weekly shows. So thanks, everybody, for joining us on the Single and Stilettos Show. Our show is available both in video format and podcast format. If you would like to view the videos, you can go to singleandstilettos.com. And if you'd like to get the podcast, you can download it from iTunes. If you'd like to get our free ebook on the 3 secrets guaranteed to attract any man based on scientific research, you can click right here on the video, or you can go to singleandstilettos.com.